Hello guys and welcome to the final lesson. So I just want to thank you that you buy this course. I really appreciate your support and I hope you've learned something so far, and let's get started with the breakdown here. So this is the shoe here from Nike. It's a Nike Vapor Max. I did it with photogrammetry and modeled the sole here, and I want to show you the process that I did for this kind of R&D work. So let's get started. So first of all, I've rendered this with Redshift and I got a little example here. So it's nothing special, it's just a transformation of the shoe. So you get this stony looking thing at the beginning, and then the shoe will transform with the radial growth that we did in the last lesson. So let's go over the shoe. So first of all, I imported it as OBJ here. I modeled it in Houdini and Max a little bit, and then I placed it the right way. So let's get rid of the transform here. So I imported the shoe. It was way too big, so I scaled it down here to get something like this. Then I blasted the groups and did new groups for the sole, for example. Then the shoe interior, it's a photo scan, so this above is a photo scan, and the sole here is modeled. And I blasted the groups away so I can make my own groups, and then I get started with the growth effect. So I used a point, and the point is right down here. So let's hide other stuff. The point is right down here and the geometry of the shoe is here. So the radial growth will grow from here to here over time. So something like that. And it's just the same setup with a different noise. It's a unified noise. And I animated the maximum value, so the growth process a little bit. So it started really quick and then fade out slowly at the beginning, and you will get this nice look in the end. So then I just displaced the whole thing here, so you get something like this, and in the end you will get a slow growth here. So I used to get the hard here out, so in a hard angle, and then smooth in, because I like that a lot. And it's just I remapped it here and I bind it. Important for later, we did this in the last tutorial or in the last lesson of this course. Bind this out as a mask, so this is basically a mask I can use later. Then I smoothed it a little bit to get rid of the hard edges here, and that's the first part of the growth. And now let's get on with the second growth part. So I got this sole here. Let's get rid of the template. I got the sole here, and just basically again I started from the end of the shoe now to the front of the shoe, so I get like a intersection growth. So then I again got the same radial growth here, but now from the end to the front, something like that. And I displaced it again here. I smoothed it out a little bit, so I will get something like this here, something like this, and I merged them all together. I did a file cache, and I ended up with something like that. So that's the growth here. Let's get through it. So that's the growth from both together, and I can use the color for a ramp. So I got this material here, and with these groups I can assign different material to different groups. That's a basic thing in Redshift or in other render engines. So I will get these 3 groups here. Let me show you these groups. So I will get the upper part here. I will get the shoe sole, so the interior sole. I will get the bottom sole and the shoe interior itself, so this thing here. And I applied a material for each of them. So let's get a little bit into rendering. So let's dive into the rendering setup. It's pretty simple. It looks complex, but it's pretty simple. So here's the texture from the fabric. Here's the displacement of the fabric, and here is a custom noise that I did with the cop. We did this in the first lesson, and I will use that for bump map. This material will get applied when the shoe is white, or when the mask don't have any effect on it. I bind in the mask, so you just throw down RS color user data and you will get the mask inside of here. Be sure you got this one here enabled on Redshift. You need to get settings and attributes and enable automatic attribute extraction. So you need to enable this, that, and you will get the mask here as a mask for your material, so you can blend between the real shoe material and this custom bump rocky thing material. The same thing is here with the displacement, so I will blend between a displacement of 0 with the displacement map of the photogrammetry map that I get when I scanned the shoe here, and I will just basically pipe that two in, so surface for the color and reflection stuff, and displacement for the displacement. One big thing you need to enable in Redshift displacement, just here, enable displacement. So let's get to the bottom. That's the same thing. That's just a simple rocky material here, and I will blend them both materials again with the mask, and I will blend between the simple rubber material, and at the beginning I will get this rocky material. So let's have a look on this. So let's start Redshift here, and the other materials of the shoe. So one is the sole, so the interior sole and the interior fabric. So I just used a simple black material because you don't see that, and you will get something like this. So it looks a little bit rocky, so I got a blue light. So let's go over the lighting setup quick. I got some lights here, so let's disable them and that. So that's pretty basic. So I got two rim lights here, one main light and one fill top light. That's pretty basic lighting stuff, and dome light for just R&D, how the material looks, something like that. And let's get in here back, let's enable the shoe, and let's enable the transform here. And let's get into the render window quick, so you can see how the shoe looks. Turns out pretty cool in my opinion. And really with simple lights you can achieve this kind of look. And you will get something like this. Pretty cool. And now I will go, let me show you the blending that happens here. Something like here. Let's enable the render view again. And I really like to blend between materials because it's pretty simple, and with this radial growth effect you can do it on every surface you want. So in the last lesson we've talked about the lines with the randomized normals, and you can, for example, deal with red lines, and if the growth happens, the red lines will become a golden line or a copper material line. And you can see that here. So let's just get here a little bit up. So we got here the stony material, and the growth will blend between the photoscanned material here and the stone material. And the same thing on these kinds of, on the sole. And that's basically it for the setup. So I did a little camera track that goes around the shoes, and yeah, that's basically it for the setup. I hope you enjoyed this course, and I hope you learned something. So a quick reminder, try different stuff out, don't just use my forms or my colors. Sure, you can use them, but I think it's better when you try out your own stuff. And I hope you like this course. So if you got questions, write me on Instagram or go on my homepage. You will find there the contact links, or just send me a contact formula. And that's it for this course. I will see you in the next one, in the next tutorial on YouTube or in the next course. So have nice Houdini time, and bye.